What if just 3 simple words could make tens of thousands of people speechless, and then cry? That's what happened when BTS's Jungkook closed the second day of his concert in Munich. Amidst the roar of a stadium filled with a sea of ARMY, the Golden Magne didn't opt for a long speech. He didn't make big promises or complicated words. Instead, Jungkook chose to convey a message that was so simple, but it actually touched the hearts of everyone present. Even before saying his last words, Jungkook admitted there was one reason that made that night feel different. What actually happened? Why did Jungkook's speech immediately go viral on various social media? And why did many ARMYs call it one of the most emotional ending speeches throughout the BTS tour? Let's discuss it all. Hello ARMY! Welcome back to this channel. If you like the latest BTS updates, concert moments, Weverse Live, to interesting facts about Jungkook, don't forget to subscribe, activate the notification bell, and press the like button so you don't miss the latest news. Now let's get started. The BTS tour brings another spectacular night in Munich. Since the afternoon, thousands of ARMYs have filled the stadium area. Some came from Germany. Some flew from France, Italy, the Netherlands, England. Even fans from Asia who are willing to travel very far just to see BTS perform live. The atmosphere was so extraordinary. Every song was sung together. Every fan chant sounded louder. And every BTS performance received such a warm welcome. But who unexpectedly, it was the moment after the last song finished that became the biggest talk. When it was Jungkook's turn to speak to the fans, he started with a confession that made everyone smile. He said that maybe it was because of Jin Hyung's comment earlier, but hearing the entire stadium shout "I love you" made him feel so happy. It sounded simple. But for Jungkook, that kind of support has always been his source of strength. For years, Jungkook had been known as someone who wasn't very good at expressing his feelings with long words. But when he spoke, every sentence always felt sincere. And that night was no different. He said he really enjoyed his performance. The energy from ARMY made him able to give his best on stage. In fact, he hoped that the entire audience enjoyed the concert as much as he enjoyed every second of it. That's the relationship that BTS has built with ARMY. Not just artists and fans, but two parties who give each other energy. Jungkook explained that the BTS members who spoke earlier had said so many amazing things. Because of that, he didn't want to repeat the same words. Instead, he chose to do something he had done the day before. But this time with a little more change. The whole stadium was immediately curious. What would Jungkook say? A few seconds later, he said a sentence in German. The sentence was immediately greeted by cheers from thousands of ARMY. Jungkook said, "ARMY ist gut genug." The sentence has a very beautiful meaning. More or less it means, ARMY, you are enough. Or, you are more than enough as you are. The message felt so heartwarming. In an era when many people feel they have to always be perfect, Jungkook actually reminded ARMY that they don't need to change to get his appreciation. You are enough. You are already extraordinary. And you deserve to be loved. It's no wonder that many fans immediately cried after hearing the sentence. The short sentence suddenly changed the atmosphere of the stadium. A few seconds before, the entire audience was still cheering enthusiastically. But after Jungkook said, "ARMY ist gut genug," the atmosphere changed to become much more emotional. In various corners of the stadium, long applause was heard interspersed with cheers and screams of emotion. Many fans raised their ARMY bombs higher, as if to reply to Jungkook's message with the purple light that filled the arena. The moment was proof that a simple sentence can have such great meaning when spoken sincerely. Jungkook is not known as the member who talks the most at concerts. He often expresses his feelings through his appearance, gaze, smile, and small interactions with fans. But every time he chooses to speak, his words almost always manage to touch the hearts of ARMY. That night in Munich, he showed that side again. After saying a sentence in German, Jungkook continued with a sentence that is very familiar to fans. He said, "Thank you." But if you think deeper, why did Jungkook's speech, which only lasted a few minutes, leave such a strong impression? The answer may not lie in the length of the speech, but in the journey that Jungkook has gone through with ARMY for more than a decade. Since his debut with BTS, Jungkook has grown in front of millions of eyes. He started his career at a very young age. From a shy teenager who often felt nervous when speaking in front of the public, he has now grown into a world-class singer and performer who can fill the largest stadiums. But behind all these achievements, there is one thing that has never changed: his gratitude to the fans. It is clearly visible in every concert. In between the energetic performances, Jungkook almost always takes the time to look directly at the audience. Instead, he chooses to thank the people who have given him energy. The choice of words seems simple, but it shows that he wants the night to be a moment of mutual appreciation, not just a closing concert. Many fans then connected Jungkook's speech with the message that BTS has always carried through their music. From Answer, Love Myself, Magic Shop, Microcosmos, to Yet to Come, BTS repeatedly encourages their listeners to believe in themselves and find hope, even in difficult times. Many fan accounts translated it into various languages so that more people can understand the message. This shows how much impact a simple word can have when delivered with sincerity. On the other hand, the moment also shows how BTS appreciates fans from various countries. Jungkook chose to use a sentence in German as a form of respect to the concert host. Although brief, the effort to speak the local language often makes fans feel closer to the artist. Small gestures like this are one of the reasons why BTS concerts always leave a lasting impression in every country they visit. When the concert ended, thousands of ARMY were still standing, waving their ARMY bombs. Some continued singing BTS songs. Others recorded the last moments before leaving the stadium. Outside the arena, fans shared stories about their favorite parts of the concert. Interestingly, many chose Jungkook's speech as their favorite moment of the night. Not because it was spectacular. Not because it was full of visual effects. But because it touched the heart. And perhaps, that is the most difficult thing to create in a show. Stage effects can dazzle the eye. Choreography can make the audience gasp in awe. But sincere words have the ability to stay longer in the memory. The night in Munich proved that. Jungkook didn't need a long speech to move tens of thousands of people. He just needed sincerity. And that sincerity is what ARMY felt. Now, the closing speech continues to be a topic of conversation in the fan community. Many hope for similar moments to return in future concerts. Whatever the future holds, one thing is for sure: the night in Munich has become a part of the beautiful memories for BTS and ARMY. A night where music, gratitude, and support met on one stage. A night where Jungkook reminded that the relationship between BTS and ARMY is not only built by the songs they sing together, but also by simple words that can strengthen the heart. And perhaps, that is the greatest meaning of the concert. It is not just about the amazing performance. It is not just about the cheers of thousands of audiences. It is about how a relationship between artist and fan can continue to grow through mutual respect. What do you think, ARMY? Was Jungkook's closing speech in Munich one of the most emotional moments of this tour? Or do you have another favorite moment? Leave your thoughts in the comments. If you enjoy videos like this, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and activate the notification bell so you don't miss the latest news about BTS, Jungkook, and the rest of the members. See you in the next video. Borahae. Purple Heart.